I think the Great Bear Land Orders is probably a historical piece of work between First Nations, industry, government, and the environmental community that has been involved. For us, it's not been 10 years, it's been our whole lives that we continue to live this way of life.
You know, we're the stewards. We're the stewards of everything in our territory.
For us, we have always claimed our rights and title. For us, it never needed a title before. It was just who we are, where we live, and where we're from, and what we own.
We've always lived here. We've always lived on the land and had a relationship to place that outlined our responsibility to care for our territory. The conflict arose when colonial governments came in and decided that they had jurisdiction.
A lot of that conflict that we were dealing with, 10, 15 years ago, took the form of, logging practices, land use decision-making decisions, tenures, those included tenures in our traditional territories. So things like that we weren't being consulted on. And if we were given very short time frames to respond to a referral, if even that.
Not only do First Nations have the best available information about what is happening here in terms of traditional use studies and anecdotal information from our people going back thousands of years, we also actually have the best available Western science practiced out on the territory. So we've got both sides of the coin. No one knows better than us what's happening out in our lands and waters, and frankly, no one knows better than us how we should deal with that.
About 10 years ago, 11 years ago now, the Coastal First Nations from the Central Coast up to Haida formed an alliance called the Coastal First Nations. And from there, our common work that we started was land use planning and creating that alliance of working together so we can move from the conflict and dispute around land use decision making to more of a collaborative approach. So the Great Bear Land Use Order, it's a great thing, it's a good thing, it's a step in the right direction. Certainly the work isn't completed, but we're pleased with the agreement, and we're pleased with the collaboration.
It's been a long time coming to get to this point of reconciliation. My hope is that this initiative is going to really set the table for equitable dialogue and even playing field moving forward, where we can create a win-win both sides.
For us, it signifies, some human well-being milestones that we've been working with the government on around economic opportunities in the forest industry, some contributions towards some of our initiatives like our big house, and certainly some conservancies in the territory. We had a special announcement in the community school gymnasium, and we signed off on some of the forestry term sheets that we talked about in the Great Bear Land Use Order. It was nice to be able to affirm that decision and that Great Bear Order here in the Heiltsuk territory. We're the gateway of the Great Bear.
This is our country, this is our homeland, and this is our paradise. And we want to keep it that way for our children.